Hey everyone, this is Rachel and welcome to another scrapbooking process video. If you hang out until after the video is through, there are always detailed shots of my current layout. Let's get going! Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Product Placement, my series with Kelly Oblak. Today we are working with word and phrase stickers because I don't know about you, but I've got a ton of these in my stash. I can kind of do okay and use them a little bit if they're part of the manufacturer's line that, like I bought, say, Winter Wonderland, and Winter Wonderland comes with some word and phrase stickers on the sheet. I'll be okay with maybe using a couple there, but if they came in a kit and I broke it down, or I bought them because, oh look, they're so cute, they tend to just stay in my stash and never get used. So I am definitely going to use them on this layout. I have 3 photos, a 4x6, a 3x4, and a 2x3, and you'll note there's some washi tape on them. That's because my nephew's name is on that. This is part of a Snapchat story, and I just took screenshots from it. So I'm going to go ahead, get you guys put on fast forward. Before I do, make sure you head on over to Kelly's channel and check out her video. There will be a link to the video in the description box below. All right, folks, let's get going. This kit is actually an older Studio Calico kit I received as part of a swag bag for going to a crop. It is from December 2016. I have never used it before, which is why I'm kind of going through it, seeing what will work. There are some things that I don't necessarily, for me, Studio Calico is a hit or miss. Sometimes a lot of it will go together, but then there'll be this really random piece that does not go with everything else. So what I've done is pulled in some of the softer colors. I've got that gray and white plaid, that blue piece, the tone-on-tone geometric pattern, and I'm going to be using this cream, almost vanilla colored cardstock as my background as well. I decided to do something I've done. Actually, I don't do a lot, but I actually did do it recently, and that's do a control tear of my paper. You'll see me hesitate, and that's just I'm trying to remember tearing which way will give me the white edge that I'm looking for. So I start off with the plaid, and then I do that blue tone on tone, and now I'm going in and adding this kind of like a grayish color, and I'm going to go back and add a little bit of that stripe paper. That's this one right here. This is actually the other side of that blue tone on tone, and I'm going to tuck that red. So basically really all you're seeing is that brighter blue, and I just wanted to bring a slightly brighter color into this fairly neutral layout. Like, I don't understand. Those little alphas in the mint color, there is 0 mint in the rest of this kit. Like, 0. But they include mint alphas. I'm like, it's all grays and blues and a little bit of pink and coral and stuff like that. And a real green. Like, you'll see over on the right-hand side, those washi stickers. Those are a real green. But there's no mint. So it boggles my mind sometimes. So as I said, I'm spending a lot of time going through the kit simply because I haven't played with it yet. There are those craft with white embossed flowers and phrases, but I'm not going to end up using those. I am going to end up using these acetate pieces. They're fairly opaque for acetate, so at least they're easy to glue down. And now what I'm thinking is I have these acetate labels with the black rims, and I was thinking about just using it as a base for a layer, and then think, well, what if I line up the word and phrase stickers on those labels? Because then it gives them a gravitas that is needed so that it doesn't look like they're sprinkled around the layout. But because they're clear, except for the black outline, they're not competing. And even if I had chosen white labels, for me it would have been too much. But by having them, but the fact that they're acetate, it lets you see through underneath, so they're not super duper bold, but they're still definitely seem to be a featured element on this layout. Now, I don't know it yet, but I'm actually making a terrible mistake. My issue with acetate, beyond being able to glue it down, as is obviously an issue with everyone, is the clear coating. Because sometimes there is one, and sometimes there isn't one, and often it's hard to tell the difference. So I do not realize that there is a clear coating on all of these labels. I knew there was a coating on the letters, but I did not know there was a coating on the labels. So I'm stuck all these stickers on, and there's either a coating that won't let them stick to the back of my page, or there's a coating that all of those phrase stickers are on. Once again, I have not realized this, so you'll find that out later in the video. It's kind of funny. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm lining up all my photos, and I'm forgetting how to glue things down in layers when I'm doing this for some reason in this particular layout. I have no idea why. I do get there eventually. Everything manages to all line up and everything. Oh, my nephew had come over and he was asking, "Oh, you're scrapbooking those?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I'm clarifying. I'm like, "This is you bought this and we're trying to make a rainbow." He's like, "Yeah, we were trying to make rainbow drinks, but they all turned black." So that's why this layout is called. It's actually going to be called #fail. Um, but yeah, so he and his friends. This is at Six Flags. They were trying to make different color drinks, and he's like, yeah, they just all turned black. He's like, they still tasted not good, but it was awkward drinking black slushies. So anyway, I'm moving all of my stuff back now that I've glued my papers down and my photos, and putting everything back the way it was, and I'm happy with that. So what I'm thinking of doing, sorry, I've got Xanthi trying to distract me. So I have these washi stickers that also came in the Studio Calico kit, and I thought, what if I put them under the label and then glue the label thingies down on top of it? And once again, still have zero clue that I've made a mistake. And I really like the way this looked. It's like kind of like when I'm doing this, I'm like, I actually don't want to use all of these clear labels because I really actually like them. Um, I kind of wish Studio Calico. I mean, not that I really shop at Studio Calico. Uh, I used to, buy a whole bunch of clearancey things, and then I realized I'm really just ending up adding them to my stash rather than actually use them. One thing I really do like that they do are their labels. I think they do labels quite well. You can buy them for print and cut and print them on your silhouette, or just fussy cut them out, which is what I normally do just because I'm lazy. But um, yeah, no, I really like these acetate labels. They're very cute. So I'm just going and picking, depending on the size of the label, I'm picking wow, a matching size of the washi stickers. I'm sorry, it is early in the morning here, so my word choices are not perhaps the easiest. So if you do have clear acetate or any type of acetate, and it has a clear cover on it, I have found the easiest way to get that off is to lay the letter down. You'll see it like at the A, and then run your and fingernail over it. And normally that picks it right up. So you'll see I'm doing that with all of my letters, and I left that in because A, there's only 4 of them, and B, to be able to show you that. I've actually had really good luck getting the clear covers off the acetate by putting them on a flat surface and then running my finger over it. So here's where I've decided to add the word hashtag to my title. I am using my Tim Holtz stamp platform. And now this cardstock is textured, and that's one of the reasons I decided to use that. Second reason being I'm horrible at stamping, so this has made my life so much easier. Now, I watched Jennifer McGuire's videos, and so I had to buy the um, Gina K amalgam ink because Jennifer McGuire said so, and that's all I need. So I'm trying to stamp it up, and I didn't realize my magnet was in the middle of where the lip of the stamp platform thing was. So once I realized that, it stamped beautifully. And I will say this ink stamps great on uh, textured cardstock. It still is nice and thick and clean. It really did a great job. And I decided to go ahead and outline the word fail because I thought it was just disappearing a little bit too much. And here's where I realize, wait, what? Oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. So on that one, the plastic cover was where the phrase stickers were. Luckily, everything worked out. I was able to just peel them off and put them right back on the acetate labels. So thank heavens for that, because oy vey. Before I go ahead and uh, take the rest of the label clear covers off, there was a little stamp set in the Studio Calico kit, and I just used a little stamp block for that because I didn't feel the need to do that with the platform. And that one says something like "An adventure begins" or something like that. There is also a little cluster of stars, and I'm going to stamp that as well a couple of times using, once again, the amalgam ink. And like I said, it really does. Um, it's a perfectly clear, crisp ink. I was very impressed with it. So now that I've cleaned up my clear acetate issues, I'm going to add some enamel dots in these brighter colors. This blue is that same color as that stripe, so that's what I'm going to go with. I thought I went for multicolors for some reason, but I do not. I am almost finished here. I think I'm actually finished here, but I realized, oh no, I'm not. I have not done my journaling. And I'm like, I try not to be super lazy all the time and just wait for my journaling on later. And as I've mentioned before, I do often pre-journal and then just copy it over onto my pages. And as I mentioned, this is just a fun little thing at Six Flags where my nephew did not manage to make a multicolored slushie. All right, folks, thanks so much for joining me. Do not forget to head on over to Kelly's channel. There will be a link in the description box below. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.